Hello and welcome to section 2 of my PowerPoint, the 4 responsibilities of a coach in different sports. I'll explain these 4 responsibilities in detail, explaining what they mean and where they fit in sports. The first responsibility of a coach is professional conduct. Here are some things professional conduct asks of a coach. Professional conduct is the field of regulation of members of professional bodies, either acting under statutory or contractual powers. A coach should always act appropriately. As a coach, your conduct and behaviour will determine the experience and future behaviour of the athletes that you coach. Coaches must demonstrate these features in order to be a good and successful coach. Respect, ethics, integrity, and honesty. Coaching staff in all sports must treat athletes the same to uphold their professional courtesy. Professional conduct is also about respecting game officials. A sporting example could be a football coach respecting all decisions made by a referee during the game. NGBs, or national governing bodies, are typically independent, self-appointed organisations that govern their sports through the common consent of their sport. National governing bodies also set out specific codes of conduct to promote appropriate behaviour for coaches who are qualified under their coach education schemes. The code of conduct determine whether or not a coach is acting professionally. The next responsibility that a coach needs to uphold and be aware of is legal obligations. Coaches need to be aware of their legal responsibilities, especially with respect to the advice they give to and the way they manage and supervise participation in sport. Coaches must be aware not to offer advice to players if it is above their ability or knowledge. Coaches must have certain qualifications to be able to look after children. Children must be safeguarded, and coaches have a duty of care for children and participants. Along with qualifications, coaches must be aware of the laws surrounding the safety of children. For example, the Children Act of 2004. This states that a coach must be aware of the signs and symptoms of child abuse. This act provides a legislative framework for services working with children and young people to improve their health, development, and well-being. Child abuse is filtered down into sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, and neglect. The coach must be aware of all of these and raise concerns to welfare officers and social services if they feel children or young people are being affected by any of these. Another responsibility that should be upheld by coaches is the health and safety of participants. Here are some examples of health and safety in sport. A key responsibility of a sports coach is managing the safety of everyone involved in a coaching session. When working with anyone under the age of 18, this becomes a legal obligation of a duty of care. All sports carry an element of risk of injury. It is the role of the sports coach to assess risk, protect athletes from injury and reduce the likelihood of risk, deal with injuries when they occur. A sporting example to fit this could be a coach not carrying out the appropriate risk assessment for a sport that could be potentially dangerous. For example, javelin. Coaches are also responsible for having previous knowledge of the sport so that they know what they are doing and how to avoid injury or the misuse of equipment. The fourth and final responsibility that a coach should upstand is equal opportunities for all participants and potential participants. A competent coach will ensure that equal opportunities are given to all athletes, spectators, parents, and match officials. Ensuring equal opportunities is about recognising inequalities and addressing and solving the issues that surround each one. To achieve equality, coaches should make sure that coaching sessions are accessible to all, without prejudice to age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, sexuality, socio-economic status, or ability. A sporting example for this could be a coach including both girls and boys in a hockey game. This is the end of my PowerPoint. Thank you for listening.